Skunks are common inhabitants of many countries and are recognized by their striking black fur, white stripes running from head to tail, and legendary powerful defense system, a spray that is all but impossible to remove.
Hello, magnificent viewers, and welcome to today's Animal World, our co-inhabitants, as we examine these spirited, easygoing, and curious creatures. "11 species of skunk have been identified, 2 of which live in Indonesia and the Philippines, and the rest in Central and South America, Mexico, the United States, and Canada. Striped and spotted skunks are the most commonly known species and are widely distributed throughout North America and northern Mexico. Hooded and hognose skunks are rarer and live in Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. Skunks are small mammals that vary in size and appearance and can have white stripes, spots, or swirled patterns on their black fur. They also possess small heads, short ears, long fluffy tails, short legs, and long front claws that are excellent for digging. Their size can vary from 15 to 37 inches. The smallest skunk species is the spotted skunk, which only weighs about 1 pound. The largest is the hognose skunk, which weighs about 18 pounds. Striped skunks have 2 white stripes on their black fur, one running from above their noses to their foreheads and the other going from the top of their heads to their backs, where it diverts into 2 stripes, which then rejoin at the base of their tails. Skunks prefer to live in open areas that include a combination of forests, grasslands, and agricultural fields, and they usually venture no more than a mile from their homes and never more than 2 miles from a water source. Through the centuries, however, skunks have adapted to living side by side with humans, whose habitats provide them with protection and cover. So skunks are often found in suburban areas where they live under buildings, stone walls, and piles of hay, or in other areas. With their claws, skunks can dig their own dens, but they may also use hollow logs, rock piles, or the abandoned burrows of other small mammals to rest, hide, and raise their young. Male and female skunks share dens during the winter breeding season. Skunks are nocturnal creatures that sleep in their burrows during the day and go out to find food in the early morning or in the evening. Skunks do not hibernate and are active year-round. However, on the coldest days of winter, they tend to remain dormant, sleeping in their burrows much of the time. Skunks are very curious creatures and investigate everything that is new to them. Did you know that skunks can create sounds to attract mates, warn away predators, and communicate with other skunks? Amazingly, they can also make sounds such as grunts and whines that resemble those of squealing pigs. At times, skunks even chirp like a bird. You are watching Animal World, our co-inhabitants on Supreme Master Television. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back after these brief messages with more on our skunk friends. Now let's continue with our show, Forget-Me-Not, the Spirited Skunk, here on Animal World, our co-inhabitants, to examine these creatures' unique gift of leaving an unforgettable scent on unwelcome guests. Skunks are neither good climbers nor fast runners.
so have been equipped with a highly effective self-protection system. Under a skunk's tail are two glands that produce an oily liquid containing an unpleasant-smelling mixture of chemicals known as methyl and butylthiols. Moreover, the muscles next to these glands give skunks the ability to spray as far as 15 feet with high accuracy. Did you know that baby skunks can spray their glands even before they open their eyes? Skunks generally do not employ their scent surprises unless they are startled or cornered. If skunks cannot outrun their pursuer, they may, for example, run toward them, face them, sometimes just few inches away, fluff their fur, shake their tails, or stomp the ground with their front feet and hiss. Only if these displays do not succeed will skunks turn around, arch their backs, and raise their tails to spray. These tactics enable the skunk to conserve the energy required to make their scent, as it takes about a week to 10 days to replenish the chemicals in their glands. If one is sprayed by a skunk, the odor is surprisingly difficult to get rid of. As a result, people have developed many homemade removal methods over the years. Tomato juice and vinegar, for example, have been used to neutralize the odor, making it more tolerable. Given enough time, however, the smell eventually goes away on its own. Do you know the reason for the striking colors on skunks' fur? They allow the animals to be easily recognized and thus serve to warn away any unwelcome guests without the skunks having to use their spray to fend them off. Besides their unique defense system, skunks have superb senses of hearing and smell. However, their vision is only limited to about 3 meters. Skunks breed in early spring, and each litter consists of 4 to 5 young, called kits, which are cared for solely by their mothers. The kits are sightless and deaf when born. After a period of 3 weeks or so, the youngsters open their eyes. The young skunks will usually stay with their mother for about a year. A mother skunk is highly protective of her babies, being constantly on the alert to keep her babies safe. You may ask, I've heard of an Easter bunny, but is there such a thing as an Easter skunk? A recent news story answers this question. Just before Easter, a stray female cat and her kitten were taken to an animal shelter, which sadly was already filled to capacity with residents. So the mother cat and her kitten were scheduled to be put to sleep. Then, on Easter Day, an orphaned baby skunk was rescued and brought to the same shelter. The staff decided to put the youngster with the mother cat and her kitten to see if the cat would give the baby skunk milk. Surprisingly, the mother cat took the baby skunk as her own and soon began to nurse it. Also, the kitten and baby skunk bonded with each other immediately, playing and snuggling together when sleeping, just like brother and sister. Because the shelter could not keep wild animals, a wild animal rescue organization took in the baby skunk along with the mother cat and its little kitten. 3 months later, the skunk was weaned and released into the wild. A loving home was found for the mother cat and her kitten, and all live happily ever after. What a touching story, showing love between species. May all inhabitants on Earth respect and care for one another as these two animal friends have. Thank you, kind-hearted viewers, for joining us today on Animal World, Our Co-Inhabitants. Please stay tuned for enlightening entertainment right after noteworthy news. May your life be guided by God's infinite light.